From the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy to representing Canada at international level, it's been a wild rollercoaster the last few years for ALPHONSO DAVIES and his significant other JORDYN HUITEMA. It's football's first ever couple, yet they share completely contrasting positions. Davies launched onto the scene as an explosive left winger that likes to bomb up and down the pitch and converted into a left back at Bayern Munich. Whilst HUITEMA is a fox in the box goal poacher since day one, simultaneously they're the future hopes of a nation in both women's and men's national teams, retaining their places at their real life clubs in game. The man who got to smash BCHD twice, ALPHONSO, he's a lucky boy, he's at Bayern, and HUITEMA is going to fight for a spot in the men's team at PSG, up front with Mbappe in the first ever FIFA couples career simulation. We're literally breaking footballing rules here. Could they guide Canada to qualify for the World Cup and achieve world domination with their clubs and nation? Let's find out what the power of true love can achieve in football, something I'm severely lacking right now. Considering you lot should know ALPHONSO Davies by now, we'll cover HUITEMA first, as thanks to the help of FIFA mods, we've added her into career mode, so big ups to him. These are her stats and attributes. As 19 years of age, she's 5'11", weighing 123 pounds. According to my knowledge, she's like the wonder kid of women's football, or should we say in this case, the wonder girl. She's showing great potential from the bounce at 70 overall. There is so much room to grow. Hopefully she forms a powerful connection with her strike partner, Kylian Mbappe. Nothing too serious though, I don't want to see ourselves getting into any scandals in this video. Also, we're terminating the loan of Moise Ken, he's just gonna steal game time off her. And Mauro Icardi, he can get released. I don't want any other strikers at the club besides Mbappe and HUITEMA. She has a 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, medium work rates, and her attributes are quite consistent. In terms of her development plan, she's probably not gonna be a target woman. She's only 5'11". We'll train her as a poacher. It's gonna increase her attack and work rate and just improve those key attributes we need to see in the final third. Getting paid 20k a week. She's probably getting paid way more than she does in the women's game, and that's just a fact. Once they hit their peaks, we're planning to reunite them in the future on the same team. But now we'll be checking their stats back and forth between clubs each season, and of course checking in on Canada's road to the World Cup and to see how well they can perform on the world stage with these two in their prime. Season 1's a go for this couple's career simulation. We've got so many factors at play, a bit of love, a bit of international fever, two promising careers on the line that are going to play out in FIFA 21 career mode. So let's start simming because it's going to be something that we've never seen before.
Listen, I need you all to subscribe to BCHD and help him reach 100,000 before 2021. Word is on the street, he is the best FIFA creator of all time. That's the word on the street. The B said so.
The one way we're going to track Canada's World Cup journey is to fully get behind it. Sir BCHD is on the bandwagon and he has been called up to be the national team coach of the Maple Leafs. I believe with the likes of so many promising talents, even without HUITEMA and Davies, Canada are on the right track for 2026, which is a World Cup they're actually hosting. Trust me, her career won't be short of silverware. You can add a French title to her name as PSG have come out on top in the Trophée des Champions. They took down Marseille 5-4 on penalties, and in the Coupe Nationale, they didn't make the final, but it's a French double on debut. I think that's pretty commendable. Continentally in the Champions League, PSG do what PSG do best and get knocked out in the elimination rounds. Here in the round of 16, 1-0 to Inter. Here is how JORDYN HUITEMA's season 1 has ended. The Canadian striker, she's gone about +5 in overall rating, now at a 75, still showing great potential. So I'm expecting her potential to be around 80 to 85. Her first season competing with the men's team, she managed to grab 42 appearances and 11 goals to her name. Double figures for the 20-year-old, as you know, Mbappe pretty much stole all of the limelight. She's still improving, of course, in terms of her development. She's now converted or developing into a mobile striker. That's her plan. First dark green stats including sprint speed and acceleration. She's got something in common with ALPHONSO because they are both known for their absolutely mental speed. 81 ball control. It's an important stat to have in the locker, and now she's valued at 7.5 million pounds in the city of love, Paris. It's the perfect destination. It's a market uptick of 141%. Now getting paid 62k a week, so she's slowly securing that bag. HUITEMA is breaking boundaries and smashing through that glass ceiling here in the men's game. What's going to go down as one of the closest title races we're ever going to see in Germany. The Bundesliga sees Bayern on top by 1 point. They claim the throne of German champions, and Davies yet again gets his name on a Bundesliga title. In the DFB Pokal though, it wasn't a similar story as Bayern got knocked out. They claim victory in the Super Cup, a German double 2-1 over Dortmund. Bavaria must be cheering right now. Alphonso Davies goes back-to-back Champions League winners. They saw out a 2-1 dub over Real Madrid in the final. A clutch victory that sees the Germans win their 7th title. Our main man, Alphonso Davies, how has he performed this season with a +1 to his overall from an 82 to an 83? He's in excellent form, he's an exciting prospect, and has a crucial first team role. I'm not expecting the same number of goals and assists he's going to be getting in comparison to Huitema. Although he's a very attacking wing-back in FIFA, it's just not how it works. He managed 50 appearances, scored 5 goals, and got a hand on 1 assist. We're trading him as an attacking wide back. There is just all types of greens sprayed across the page, like acceleration at a 96, sprint speed at a 97. They're odds on to be maxed out first, agility and balance are top tier, combined with an elite technical department, ball control, crossing, and curve or receiving major boosts. Still maintains the flair and speed dribbler trait, now valued at £47.5 million on the transfer market, and they're both actually the same age, both 20 years old. The couple literally go together hand in hand. They're two peas in a pod. We're off to a great start in season 1. Now, can they keep it up in the second? Huitema's second campaign in the PSG men's team has gone down a little bit like this. She's received a +3 overall boost, now at a 78 rating. Her status also with the upgrade to showing great potential now as an exciting prospect. Might not have been a +5 like season 1, but in season 2, she's climbed up the ranks, and in terms of stats, she has followed up with those 11 goals again, and has also added 2 assists to her game. With 52 appearances, she's getting the game time, she's developing the chemistry on the pitch with their starting 11, and 13 goal contributions later, she's looking pretty damn fine with 5-star skill moves. Attributes-wise, physically, her stamina and sprint speed are really impressive right now. Attack positioning has a few improvements, as well as her technical department, shot power, dribbling, and ball control. All of her strengths. As a 21-year-old, she's now valued at £28.5 million on the transfer market, with a 159% boost upon season 1. It's unquestionable, PSG have gone back-to-back in Ligue 1. The French champions reign supreme, and in the Trophée des Champions, they took down Lille 3-0. They wrapped up the French treble as the Coupe Nationale see them win on penalties 4-3 against Montpellier. In the Champions League, they saw elimination in the round of 16. Bit more of the same old story, as Spurs lock them out on aggregate 3-2 in the second leg. They finished top of their group stage as well. History repeats itself for PSG, but they've also balled out in the transfer market as per usual. So that 4-piece attack is looking menacing. Mbappe, Neymar, Huitema the next big thing in Canadian football, and Sancho on the right. There is no defense stopping that in Europe. It was an off-season for Bayern as they finished 3rd, no Bundesliga title. They couldn't back up season 1, only losing twice, but finishing 17 points behind RB Leipzig. In the DFB Pokal, they lost that out again, so this is not looking like the best season for Bayern. No silverware to show for. In the Super Cup, that is the only trophy they could retain as they took down Dortmund 1-0. European champions in Group D, they finished on top, thrashed Napoli 6-2 on aggregate, and they fell to the hands of Sevilla, the Europa League specialists, 5-4 on aggregate, seeing their run cut short in the quarterfinals as Man City took down Sevilla 2-1 in the final. An extremely peculiar season for Bayern as Alphonso Davies, I'm sure he still played his regular game as an important first team member. He's still an exciting prospect, so I guess Huitema's matched his potential status in season 2. He's gone up a +1, now at an 84 rating. He's in excellent form, and his stats are here to prove it. With 51 appearances at left back, he scored 3 goals. The Canadian with no assists this season, pretty disappointing, but I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. We can now highlight his both physical and mental department are all green. It's just beaming off the page right now with both 97 sprint speed and acceleration. He's literally the definition of rapid. His defensive game is also seeing some upgrades with slide tackle and stand tackle both at an 82. Dribbling and defensive awareness are quite high. I can presume Bayern are focusing on his defensive side of his game a bit more now that he's converted into a left back, which is fine for me. I guess he's a bit more all-rounded at a £54.5 million valuation on the transfer market. Alphonso Davies, the versatile left back, has given it his all for Bayern and of course his national team Canada. In case you're wondering, this is how they're lining up in the classic 4-4-2 formation. It was the only way we could form the strike partnership of Jonathan David and JORDYN Huitema. Davies is chilling here as the captain at left back, and it's a pretty mediocre side around them. I'm hoping a couple young guns just burst onto the scene before the 2026 World Cup arises. On the other hand, season 3 is on the horizon, so let's get stuck in. We're 3 seasons deep into this Huitema Davies couples career sim, and JORDYN has taken her game up to the next level. She's recaptured that season 1 growth with a +5, now standing at an 83 overall. She's 22, so she's lost her potential status and has been at the club since 2015, which which according to my knowledge isn't true. She hasn't really been scoring the goals and assists that I would assume gets you this type of growth, but at least she's been consistent with it. 52 appearances, 12 goals, and 3 assists. In one of her best seasons yet, 15 goal contributions for the Canadian. You can tell she's evolved and involved in the attack, but the main source of goals for PSG come from the likes of Neymar, Sancho, Mbappe. Too many stars are just outshining her. She's got to overcome that and become her own star in her own right. She's looking marvelous on and off the pitch at a technical level. Ball control, long shots, dribbling, shot power, and finishing, all in the high 80s. Now valued at £51 million with a 78% boost upon her initial valuation. Get used to seeing this, people. PSG are going to be winning the league title basically every single season. With only one loss, they achieved 105 points on top of the table, no competition, and in the Trophée des Champions, it was a 3-1 victory over rivals Monaco. The Coupe Nationale, okay, bit of a shock to the system, saw them lose a game, 1-0 in the final, so they only could capture a French double as Manchester United won the Champions League 1-0 against Real Madrid. In the group stages, PSG were dominant, on top with 16 points, and they were famously knocked out not in the round of 16 as they progressed against Villarreal in the quarterfinals. It was a 4-3 heartbreaking loss against Chelsea in what could have been a stupendous Champions League run. In the starting 11, she's becoming a routine member and a part of the furniture here in Paris. It looks like Bayern are back to their winning ways on top of the Bundesliga. 80 points sees them take victory and reclaim that throne. It was a 4-point margin against Dortmund, and in the DFB Pokal, yet to clinch victory in the German Cup as they got knocked out in round 3 to Frankfurt. You might have seen as we were checking in on PSG's progress, it was a 3-2 aggregate loss to Piemonte Calcio. Juve eliminate the Bavarians. That sees them humiliated with their earliest exit to date. Oh, looks like Huitema's former teammate who we got rid of in order for her to get more game time, McCarthy, has linked up with Alphonso. If there's anything we know about him, he loves a cheeky scandal, so we're keeping him far away from Jordan. He's got that something special. He's 22, so he doesn't have the potential tag anymore. He's still in excellent form as the Canadian left back has gone up a +2 overall stat this season. Upgraded to an 86, he has secured 44 appearances, 3 goals and 2 assists. That is 5 goal contributions, nothing too crazy. If we wanted to see more goals and output, we'd probably have to convert him into a left winger, which we're not going to do. It's actually quite shocking to me how he hasn't maxed out an attribute stat yet. I was expecting maybe acceleration or sprint speed to be at a 99 by now. It's not the case, but no matter where you put him, in the attack or in the defense, he can do a superb job. Now valued at £79 million. It's that race to the 100 mil mark, the 9-figure range. It's looking like Davies might beat his girlfriend to it. We'll find out. The sky's the limit for this couple at club and country level. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can stop Huitema's PSG at this rate. With a 99 points tally, they're comfortably sitting on top of the table, sitting pretty. French champions 4 years in a row, and it's another Trophée des Champions trophy to add to the cabinet, as was a 2-0 win against Lille this time, and the Coupe Nationale saw a 2-1 victory over underdogs Angers. They achieved a French treble, but could they go one further and get their hands on the quadruple? In a dominant display in Group B, saw them in the round of 16 against Everton, a 3-2 clutch victory there. In the quarterfinals, they saw off Belgian opponents Bruges 6-3 on aggregate. In the semis, they booked their spot in the final with a 2-1 aggregate victory over Barcelona, and then in the final, the big dance, they crumbled to the hands of Manchester City. The citizens go back to back. The Parisians losing another Champions League final, not what you love to see. She's achieved it all domestically, but that European trophy is what PSG and JORDYN HUITEMA are craving right now. The now 23-year-old Canadian goal-getter has experienced another +5 season growth-wise, now boosted to the elite category of an 88 overall player, knocking on the door of the 90s range. It's 11 goals this season with 55 appearances, no assists though. She was born to do one thing, put the ball into the back of the net. That's exactly what she's displaying here at PSG, despite the fact that Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, Sancho, they're just stealing all the headlines. I'm not sure if it's a blessing or a curse having these world-class players, I mean, upper 90s, like nearly maxing out their overall type players in the team. It's only improving her game at the end of the day, but I guess they're stealing valuable goals and assists off her. Let me know down below how I could have done this differently, but I thought this was the best possible way. At a valuation of £119.5 million, financially, she's looking on top of it. However, is this enough for her to overtake Alphonso? She is now a member of the most deadly attacking combination in world football. Usually it's a trio, but this time it's a quad force of attacking brutes. If this team don't win a Champions League, I'm throwing hands. Season 4 proves that 2 years ago, it was just a blip. Bayern are back on top of their game in the Bundesliga, winning the title ever so comfortably with a 20-point margin. Over in the DFB Pokal, it's the trophy that evades them in recent years. This has been a glitch in FIFA 21 since launch day. If a final was a draw, well, you can't see the winner. Despite it going to extra time and penalties, it just shows up like this, so I honestly couldn't tell you who won this game. They exceeded Group E on top of the table, and in the round of 16, they eliminated Spurs 4-2. In the quarterfinals, it was a 9-goal aggregate thriller against Inter. The European champions, it's like a curse. They haven't been able to pass the quarterfinals in 2 years. Here's the lowdown. Alright, we've got something juicy because they are now both the exact same overall rating, despite Alphonso having a 12 overall up on JORDYN HUITEMA at the start of this video. 4 seasons in, and they're exactly both 88 overall. He's achieved a +2 boost to his rating in excellent form. They're both consistent as each other. 45 appearances, 3 goals and 3 assists, 6 goal contributions from left back, which is applaudable. Greens everywhere, and the first to hit a 99 rated attribute is still up on the cards. In terms of the financial situation, it's JORDYN HUITEMA who absolutely tears him to shreds, as Alphonso can't even hit that £100 million mark. Come on, mate. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. A market value of £93.5 million. You bet in Season 5, he's probably going to crack that 100 mil. No international tournaments as of yet in which the duo can flex their patriotic muscle. Onwards and upwards though to Season 5, as the couple's starting to be getting a bit competitive now. Half a decade down the line, and this couple's career simulation continues to be intriguing as ever. I can now announce that JORDYN HUITEMA is one of the world's best. In the men's game, she doesn't care. She's out here ripping it up with a +3 overall boost this season. In terms of stats, appearances wise, it's 52 again, 14 goals and 2 assists, 16 goal contributions in one of her best performing seasons yet. I know it's nothing too crazy because the big boys like Mbappe, Neymar and Sancho are pulling in all the numbers, so it's pretty hard to compete. The Canadian, she's still displaying her true character. As a fox in the box, she has now hit a 99 sprint speed, her first stat to receive a max rating. It's dark greens everywhere you look, and her financial situation now currently equaling £148 million, now +23% improvement. You can criticize JORDYN's goal scoring record all you want, but there is no shortage of trophies and titles in her collection. PSG reigned top of league with 171 points and nearly going invincible. The Centurions also captured the Trophée des Champions 3-0 against Monaco and the Coupe Nationale to perfectly wrap up the domestic treble. Here we go, on the European stage, the prophecy has finally come true, with the Champions League being captured by the Parisians 2-1 over Manchester City in the final. HUITEMA gets her hands on the Holy Grail before Alphonso Davies, or before Alphonso Davies could do it again. The battle of the Canadian couple to decide who was going to be in the Champions League final, and imagine the scenes if they met in the big dance. That would have gone down a treat. At this rate, they seem unstoppable, but let's check up on Davies. Moving over to Germany now with Alphonso's Bayern, and it's a 92-point season for the Bavarians. On top of the table, you don't expect anything less. With a league win, they failed to win the DFB Pokal. It's a trophy that's evaded them for so many years now, and it's just downright embarrassing. No need to fear because the German Super Cup was retained, and it was a 3-1 victory in the final. It was a 4-3 aggregate loss to his girlfriend's team. Quite humiliating for Alphonso. I'm sure he's never going to hear the end of that one over the years, but right now, the 24-year-old still has that something special. In excellent form, he's now an 89 rated player, knocking on the door of the one of the world's best category, and this time, HUITEMA has exceeded Davies in terms of overall. She's got the jump on him by a +2, and it's 48 appearances at left back with 2 goals and 2 assists to add to his collection. They probably should link up at one stage throughout the simulation. He's now valued at £97.5 million, so he's yet to crack the 90s in overall, and he can't crack the 9-figure boundary in valuation. It's just downright been an unlucky season for Alphonso Davies, and you've got to feel for him. Onwards and upwards to Season 6. It's been 6 years, and to push the agenda even further of HUITEMA exceeding more in her career than her boyfriend Davies, she's been nominated for a Ballon d'Or in the top 4 with the PSG frontline. Does she have it in her to win the Golden Ball in Season 6, a World Cup year, and the Canadians come out on top, the first one in history to win the Ballon d'Or? She collects the golden accolade of individual prizes, beating out the likes of her male counterparts Mbappe, Neymar, Sancho. She was voted in as the best, and we've got to trust their opinion. She's got the trophy, she's got the overall rating, the transfer market value, and just supreme dominance over Davies. He really needs to step up his game. Now, here we go. It's Season 6, and it's a Champions League final for HUITEMA's PSG, and this time we can watch it out. We can interactive match sim this one. Can the Canadian striker go back-to-back with PSG and take it home once more? They won on away goals in the semi-finals, so consider themselves lucky as they come up against Pep Guardiola's Man City. In a World Cup year, this would be such a moment to win the Champions League, a statement of intent as we get it kicked off. off. Here's a quick simulation, and it's a 2-1 victory. Mbappe and Florenzi on the score sheet, and it's Sterling to grab back a consolation, but it was too little too late. Part of his PSG, she got subbed off by Sarabia in the 69th minute. A bit of a strange choice there, but a win's a win, and the French outfit have gone 2 in a row. We all know the story by now in Ligue 1. It's going to be PSG dominant for the rest of time. There's almost a 0% chance that there will be a changing of the guard, and they've gone about 6 in a row by now. Trophée de Champions time, and it was a 2-0 win against hated rivals Marseille in the final. Over in the Coupe Nationale, a 3-0 victory over AS Monaco sees them take out yet another French treble. We're losing count, people, but in addition to their Champions League trophy, this is 5 pieces of silverware in one season as they won the UEFA Super Cup 3-1 against Europa League winners Arsenal in what could potentially be her best season ever. Individually and with the team, she has achieved things that I never thought she could. One of the world's best still at a 94 overall, given a +2 boost now at a 94 overall. One of the world's best and still has that rotational squad role, which is probably our fault, but she's still getting the game time with 54 appearances, 17 goal contributions for the striker, and you've got to argue, you've got to be expecting more with those kind of attributes at a world-class ability. How much does it come down to the 399 rated players, Mbappe, Neymar, and Sancho? They're eating up all the goals, all the assists, and the goal contributions, but hey, the growth is still there, the development seems to be skyrocketing, so it doesn't really matter what kind of goals and assists she gets, as long as she keeps growing, and as long as Canada's only hope keeps flourishing and winning silverware. 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, 95 attack positioning, 94 stamina as well. She is a workhorse, a non-stop worker machine. 99 ball control, she's unrivaled, and in the financial situation, she's now valued at £183 million on the dot. So specific, it's a 17% rise, and now getting paid 210k a week. Season 6 doesn't stop there, people, because we have a gargantuan summer ahead. We've got that World Cup fever, and Canada have qualified. Before we tackle the exciting international duties we have on board with Canada, first we got to check up on ALPHONSO DAVIES, and again, it wasn't an emphatic victory in the Bundesliga, but they still took out the title. I can't really tell you who won the DFB Pokal, but it was an 8-goal thriller, finishing 4-4. The game's broken, and I haven't got a clue of telling you if Bayern have broken their cup curse or not. The Super Cuppa was a breeze against Werder Bremen 3-1, so I guess, you know what, we can say it's the German treble. I'll give it up to them. It's another year of no Champions League success for Bayern, and another year for zero growth in ALPHONSO Davies' career. Hasn't hit the 90s, still at an 89. The 25-year-old's getting ready to lead his country out on the world stage, and he's prepared himself with 6 goals and 3 assists this season in 48 appearances. That is 9 goal contributions from the left back, and I'm sure he's going to get some more in the World Cup. Development-wise, his 99 stats are pretty much nowhere to be seen. In the last 2 years, I should say, JORDYN HUITEMA has beaten him in every single category in terms of attributes, overall, financials, and trophy winning. She is the dominant in the relationship, and again, he can't crack into the £100 million valuation. In the transfer market, he's only worth 93.5 mil. Just a quick look at this Canada side that have qualified for the World Cup. We've got the golden trio in HUITEMA, ALPHONSO Davies, and Jonathan David. She's taken her talents from the women's team to the men's team. That's how good she is. However, along the way, I haven't shown you guys this yet, but it is Joel Schaffelberg. He somehow spawned in this save, and he's an ALPHONSO Davies pre-gen. It's not a regen, it's a pre-gen. Joel Schaffelberg has just appeared out of nowhere. He was at Bayern all this time, so we converted him from a left back to a centre back. It's a position we were desperately needing. We don't need another left back. Here's how the rest of the nation is looking. We have 5 players over 80 overall, and then the rest, it drops off from there. It's pretty mediocre, so we're gonna need that top 4 to carry us like crazy. The hard part was achieved. They qualified. Now what's next? We have Group F, which they've been drawn against the likes of Spain, the Czech Republic, and the Ivory Coast, so they have an outside chance here. I reckon they could slither in seconds. They haven't been drawn into the group of death. Here's a look at the other groups. We've got Argentina, Belgium, Scotland, Cameroon in Group H. Group G has England, Slovenia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Netherlands, Switzerland, Finland, and Egypt make up Group E. Group D sees Brazil, Italy, Russia, and China. Group C holds Germany, Denmark, Australia, and Colombia. Group B, which some have already been played, is Chile, France, United States, and Sweden. And Group A has Portugal, Uruguay, Turkey, and Romania. The group stages are all wrapped up. Here is how it went down. We gotta scroll, and it's Canada in Group F. They have managed the impossible, winning one, drawing one, and losing one, gaining 4 points, and that was enough for them to qualify for the round of 16 for what I believe is the first time in their history. It's a golden generation of Canada progressing through to the next round on the world stage, and they get matched up in the round of 16 to the Netherlands. World Cup royalty, who have never actually won the tournament. It's gonna be a tough ask, but let's see what that they've got. In what's going to be their toughest test in Spain in the group stages, it's going down here against Reuniting. It's going to be a tough ask. With Alphonso, our captain, they're coming up against one of the world's best, and holy crap, a 5-3 win? What? No, this isn't right. This isn't right. JORDYN HUITEMA has gone absolutely sicko mode. This can't be real. This can't be happening right now. In extra time, it is just drama personified. Liam Miller with the double, Jonathan David on the score sheet, and HUITEMA with one as well. Kai got it started off in what was the biggest shock of World Cup football. It sees Canada pull through to the quarterfinals against none other than Belgium. If they could even just channel a slight bit of energy from what they achieved in the round of 16 again, I'd be happy. Here goes nothing against the Red Devils. It is going to be a tough task, but they've done it before. They're here to ruffle some feathers with the nation's pride on their back. Can the Maple Leafs pull it off? And it's a JORDYN HUITEMA extra time special again. Jonathan David, the two stars of the strike partnership that has taken this World Cup by storm, and it was the 78th minute Liam Miller equalizer. 3-1 win, and that sends them through to the semi-finals against all odds. Germany grinded it out 1-0 against Portugal to face us in the semis for a ticket in the world's biggest game. It is the 4-time winners, the efficient Germans, up against the happy-go-lucky Canadians. There's your preview. HUITEMA versus Havertz. It's the battle of the H's. They've already achieved above and beyond world expectations by now, but do they have the energy to go one more? They've had no easy matchups. Rather aggressive German side. Here is how it plays out in the quick simulation, and something is going on. Something is happening here because Canada have booked their spot in the 2026 World Cup final where none of the other host nations could do it. Canada pulled through. It's Cornelius to get the winner. Nabry got the first. Miller and Estaquio pull back. It's a vintage tactical counter-attacking masterclass against the Germans. Now it all comes down to this. Not only the first couple to play football, but potentially the first couple to win the World Cup together on the international stage. Here it is, Canada versus France, David versus Goliath, two-time winners versus a team with barely any experience in the World Cup. Here's the lineup as we go into face Le Bleu. I want to play this one out and hopefully help Canada to world domination. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't write scripts like these, and it's the world hype of Canada coming out through to the final in what's everyone's favorite underdog story, and Alphonso Davies led Maple Leafs are coming out to face one of the best in the business. It's the French. They live and breathe football. Can a nation that mainly plays ice hockey as their main national sport come out and defeat one of football's best? It's David, JORDYN HUITEMA. They need to be in sync today. The connection needs to be strong, and the rest of the team need to do their part. It's coming down to this. Technically, they're playing at home. It's the 2026 World Cup final, and here we go. Oh no, Kakaret's in the box, and he skewed it wide. How's the Frenchman pulled that off in what was going to be a clear goal? Uh-oh, Pogba in the box. Cornelius, I'm trying to get him to clear it, and he didn't clear it, and at the near post. It's as simple as that for Mbappe. 1-0. It's JORDYN HUITEMA's teammate, and he's come to strike against her on the world stage, and it's a defensive error on my part, and Canada go 1-0 down in the final. Early on, we couldn't shut him out. I'm trying to clear it there with Cornelius, and he just doesn't. Beaten at the near post, and the Maple Leafs go 1-0 down. David explodes in pace straight off the kickoff. HUITEMA in a lucky position here. HUITEMA might have to take the shot, and Kimpembe with a big block. Now Pogba back on the inside, turns our defense, turns them again, has a free shot. Get it clear, son. Just get it out of there. No, not like this. Not like this to end off the first half. And it's another defensive error, 2-0 down. France going into the sheds, doubling their advantage. It's Tony Martial, and they are looking golden for this World Cup trophy unless we pull something out the bag in the second 45. But that is just textbook. It's going to have a nice little 1-2 combination. Again, she fools the defense for her first shot on goal, and it's JORDYN HUITEMA to get Canada back in this one. She's done it year in, year out for PSG, and here in the World Cup for her nation. She's got the hopes of a country on her shoulders, creating that space out of nothing. It's her fourth goal of the tournament, and it's just those moments of individual brilliance that is going to get us those chances and those goals. We're back in it, half in the deficit. Martial again, Martial through to Mbappe. What a save from Chepriel. Get in, son. Corner, what a save again. And it's off the line. Heroic. Mbappe's going to go for it. How the f*** has he done that? No. Why, you're kidding me. That's impossible. I mean, I know he's 99 rated. I know we've pretty much breeded him to be the perfect player in the world at PSG. but that is just unworldly. Even with 2 keepers in net, he's probably not even gonna get saved. Go away! Oh my goodness, it's just too easy. We pushed up, we tried to get one back, and it's France now asserting their dominance. It's a fairy tale dream over, and Mbappe, he's showing off. He's literally a 99 rated player. Canadian defense all over the place. Kylian with the easiest goal of his life, a tap in. Seeing the French run away with it now, it's not a nice feeling as they claim their 3rd world title. It's Les Bleus victorious, and that is all she wrote. And Canada's story gets cut short. The fairy tale wasn't lived, as the first footballing couple weren't able to be world champions together. They couldn't win the World Cup, even though it's been a run and a half. They've made all of Canada proud, but it wasn't to be. And in 2026, they fall short. The perfect moment, written in the stars. Laporte lifts up the golden trophy. It's a feeling everyone wants to achieve, and I'm sure Huitema and Davies could achieve it one day. There was even a glimmer of hope at one stage with that Huitema goal, but here were the top goal scorers, and it's about 5 players sharing the golden boot, because Jonathan David and Miller both with 5 goals to their name for Canada, and Huitema with 4. That goal in the final took her up. In terms of assists, it was both Jonathan David and Esther Cuello with 3 apiece. Even in terms of clean sheets, Hazard was so close to getting the golden glove with 6 clean sheets in 0 matches. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Yet another glitch we've caught out in this video. We've got to fight off the tears and forget about that summer of World Cup heartbreak, because our master plan of uniting the couple together here at Bayern Munich has finally come through. PSG have accepted a £303.4 million bid for JORDYN HUITEMA to join Bayern Munich and to link up with a significant other. Now the ultimate question can be asked, are they going to go ahead and win some silverware, even get a Champions League title to their name? Can they achieve the same chemistry they have off the pitch, on the pitch? Here's how they both line up in the Bayern starting 11. HUITEMA up top all by herself, carrying the front line, as Davies still stands strong in that vintage left back position. Here stands the Ballon d'Or nominees in season 7, and HUITEMA's up against her old trio. It's Mbappe, Sancho and Neymar aiming to get revenge over last season's Ballon d'Or loss, and HUITEMA's just out here trying to claim her 2nd. Still no nomination for ALPHONSO DAVIES, and it's Neymar this time to claim the Ballon d'Or. It's his first in his career, and it would have been an absolute shambles if he lost this one, considering he's 99 rated. Season 7's concluded, and in their first campaign together in a team, they have fallen to the now Bundesliga champions Bayer Leverkusen. It was a tight title race, but they couldn't get it done at the end of the day, and they go without the Bundesliga title. They lose to Leverkusen on penalties in the DFB Pokal, fumbling the bag and bottling 2 trophies. Could they even do it in the German Super Cup? Okay, they won on penalties 5-4 against Leverkusen. At least it's one trophy they can celebrate together, but it still doesn't have that same prestige as the others. Here's how they performed in the Champions League, toppling Group G undefeated in the round of 16. They took down Liverpool 3-1. Quarterfinals saw them lose out on away goals to Manchester City, and that saw them crash out in the quarterfinals. Yet another piece of silverware they couldn't capture together. It's unlike Bayern, but they are now both the 2 highest rated players at the club, both Canadian. The North American duo tearing it up in Germany, but with no real trophies to show for it. Alphonso has jumped up a +4. He's only 2 overall points behind JORDYN now at a 93 rating. His stats this season were 9 goals and 7 assists, so this is one of his best individual seasons to date. Maybe he's trying to impress HUITEMA out on the pitch, and his performances have increased, and so have hers. It's a direct correlation with 27 goals and 6 assists. That's more than she's ever been able to achieve at PSG. Being the main out-and-out striker, she's leading the line, and leading by example, 33 goal contributions. Financially, she's on the verge of being valued over £200 million, 199 mil on the dot, and Davies has cracked into that 100 mil range, now sitting at £148 million transfer market value. What needs to be done is for them to win some major silverware together. So let's see if they can buck that trend in season 8. It's the 8th simulated campaign, and it's their 2nd together as a couple, and their redemption arc is complete. Collecting 85 points and being champions of Germany. Winning back their throne against Leverkusen, Leipzig and Dortmund, it was a cunning display. Over in the DFB Pokal, they couldn't take that one home as it was a 4-1 loss against RB Leipzig in the semis. Getting matched up against Atletico in the quarters and pulling away 4-3 victors. In the semi-finals, it's the same scoreline against Inter. An away day aggregate victory to book their ticket in the big dance against none other than HUITEMA's former employers, PSG. It couldn't be any more of a perfect matchup in a fight for the Holy Grail. HUITEMA's got all the inside info, all the knowledge possible to break down PSG. For her shot to win a Champions League title at a different club, to win one collectively with a significant other as the captain, it would be a gargantuan achievement and could possibly even make up for that World Cup final defeat. PSG. Here is how she's performed in Season 8, 55 appearances with 36 goals and 12 assists. That is 48 goal contributions, and she is doing her fair share. Bayern's MVP, the Canadian hero, she's entered her peak at 27, and Alphonso Davies, the captain, following up his best ever Season 7, 11 goal contributions in 54 appearances. The captain's leading by example, and he's hit 93 overall, 3 lower than Huitema, but he'll deal with it. They're still the top 2 players at the club. Take one last glance and a look at their attributes. It's second to none. I mean, we could have done a bit more intricate training in terms of skill moves, weak foot, and work rates. Davies with a final valuation of £144.5 million, and JORDYN HUITEMA, she's broken through to that £200 million range, now sitting at £210.5 million on the transfer market. Here's how both teams line up in what could set up for a grandstand finish. It's a much different look on PSG. No Neymar, no Huitema, only Sancho and Mbappe up front. It's a rematch of the 2020 Champions League final. I hope they're up and ready for this one as we have kickoff. PSG with a free kick, Mbappe standing over it. We all know what's going to happen off the woodwork. Huitema, ball inside and all out of nothing. It was a JORDYN HUITEMA assist. She's not known for her crossing. She would have been on the end of that, but it's gone Galvez to get the first Champions League goal. Just over half an hour played. He's flipped the script. Literally caught me off guard. 1-0 to Bayern. That would be picture perfect if Alphonso got the assist and JORDYN scored for the winner in the Champions League final. That's all I'm asking. But PSG with 10 minutes to go, they are surging for this equaliser, and I'm scared. And that's all she wrote. The game has been called there. In a game of few chances, Bayern took theirs, and Huitema's magic cross found the back of the net. Huitema and Davies have won the Champions League together on the same team. They did what they couldn't do in the World Cup on the Champions League stage. How romantic. They're even celebrating together in the circle, and that is just a demonstration of what true love can achieve in football. Bayern Munich, European champions, and Alphonso Davies, the captain, is going to lift it up in what has capped off a beautiful career simulation. Our first and probably only ever couples career sim. That man gets his last high fives. He's lifted it up for Canada, for Bayern. Mission complete. 8 seasons in, and what a story we've had. Make sure to comment down below who won this one. Was it Huitema or Davies? Make sure if you did go on to enjoy, smack that like button, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications. You know what to do. Check out my socials linked in the description. As always, I've been BCHD. That has been the Canadian power couple, Huitema and Davies career simulation in FIFA 21, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.